Here is the simple email that's selling hundreds of dollars of merchandise every time I send it to my fans. Hey, it's John here at Hyped It. This is the second video in my series to help independent music artists sell more merchandise to their audience. In the first video, I talked about how to come up with merch ideas that have a broad audience appeal and allow you to literally sell thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of merchandise, even if you're not a household name in your genre yet. Works like magic, and so to get ready to sell merchandise, definitely make sure you check out that first video if you haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna leave a link above here. But in this video, we're gonna dive into promoting your merchandise. How do you get it out there? And the marketing channel I wanna break down in this video for you is email, because it's one of the easiest to pull off and it's one of the cheapest to pull off. All you need is a list of email addresses and an email marketing software, something like MailChimp, and you're ready to sell loads of merchandise by using just a simple email template that has literally sold hundreds and hundreds of dollars of merchandise every time I send it. And by the way, you can send it over and over again. So in order to break it all down for you, what this email template is, I'm gonna walk you through it step by step. How to grow your fan email list if you don't currently have one. All I need to do is hop over to my screen here, so let's jump right in. I'm starting off in my merch store again. These are the t-shirts that I'm selling to my audience. And now let's talk about how I'm doing this by sending emails to my fans. The most important key to success in my experience is that I have to give my fans a reason to buy one of these t-shirts right now. While it's super easy to just send an email every once in a while to your fan base and say, hey, don't forget I have t-shirts in my merch store, that's not really a strong incentive for fans to say, okay, I want to buy one of John's t-shirts right now. So what I have done and what has worked best for me is to give fans a good reason to buy a t-shirt at a very specific point in time. And a great way to do this is simply by giving discounts. So you can see right now in my merch store here that the regular price for all these t-shirts is $40. But if I discount that, if I give my fans an option to buy these t-shirts at a cheaper price for a limited period of time, that can be a great reason for them to want to get one of these t-shirts right now rather than wait and think, okay, maybe I'll do it in the future. And this couldn't be easier to do this via email. So what I want to show you here is an email campaign that simply consists of 2 emails that I'm sending over a 3-day period. So one email goes out on the first day when the campaign kicks off, and then the second email goes out on the 3rd day when the campaign closes. And how these emails have allowed me to sell lots and lots of t-shirts over and over again. So here's email number 1. I'm gonna break it down. The subject line of this email is 50% off on all house music t-shirts, and then in brackets, 48 hours only. So what I'm doing here is I'm pointing out that there's a great deal going on, 50% off, and I'm introducing what the product is, house music t-shirts, and I'm also introducing the fact that this only happens for a limited period of time. So this subject line actually does a lot of things in this one email. And then the body of the email looks like this. If you like t-shirts, then you don't want to miss out on this. So why am I saying this? Everybody loves t-shirts, right? So I'm trying to get my audience to say yes in their head. Yes, of course I like t-shirts. Who doesn't like t-shirts? So I'm calling more attention to the campaign, and I'm saying for the next 48 hours only, all t-shirts for house music fans in my store are $17 only. That's over 50% off. So again, I'm pointing out who these are for, and I'm saying house music fans. I'm not saying John Gold fans. If you remember from the first video in this series where I talked about how to come up with merch ideas, I talked about the benefit of going after a broader audience of music fans rather than just diehard fans that you have as an artist. So I'm emphasizing this here, and then I'm again bringing up the price. This is $17 only, over 50% off. When you bring up a price, introducing the absolute price might work better than just saying over 50% off, because 50% off sounds like a big discount, but the reader still doesn't know, does it mean a t-shirt is $5, $10, $20, $30, $40? Because they have no reference to the absolute price. So I like to include the absolute price and the discount because it allows the reader to instantly understand, hey, is this something I'm willing to spend on a t-shirt? Can I afford a t-shirt at $17? And if it's yes and they like the design, they're very likely to take advantage of the special offer. The next element here is a countdown timer. Now, this is something most email marketing platforms may not offer out of the box. It's also not a must-have. I like to include the timer because it increases the sense of urgency and just emphasizes that there's a limited amount of time. And the software that I'm using to do these timers is called Countdown Mail. You can basically set up a countdown timer. It gives you a little code and you insert it into an email just like you would insert an image. So if this is something you'd like to try for your email campaigns, just head down to countdownmail.com and check it out. And this video isn't sponsored by Countdown Mail or MailChimp or any of the tools I'm showing here. These are literally just the tools that I use myself, and that's why I'm bringing them up in this video here. So up next, we have a picture of the t-shirts. And what I did with this campaign here is I literally downloaded all of the preview pictures of the t-shirts that Printful automatically generated for me. And then I imported them into a GIF generator so that this is essentially a GIF where every picture just stays for a fraction of a second. And I did it this way because I wanted to be able to use one image that shows the design of multiple t-shirts because somebody might love one design and not another. And so I didn't want to gamble and just have a picture of 1 or 2 or 3 t-shirts in this email and then just hope that somebody likes those designs. I wanted to show off more without making this a long email that requires lots of scrolling. So that's why I decided on the GIF here. And in my opinion, it has 2 cool benefits. The first one is it flips through these designs quickly. So the reader sees, oh, there are a lot of designs. But because it goes so quickly, the viewers are more likely to click over to the store where they can spend more time looking at all the designs. So let's scroll further down. Now just say want one. Just click here in this link. If I click it, it just goes over to the merch store. And then obviously while I'm running the campaign in Shopify, I'm changing the price of the t-shirts to the price that I'm offering. So this is the regular price here, but if somebody clicked during the campaign, that price would obviously be the one that's in the email. And then I'm saying house music for life. And the rest here is just my typical email signature that I use under every one of my emails. So you can see that this is really simple. There isn't a whole lot going on because all we have to do is call out the audience, give them the offer, and give them a preview of the product, and then let them take action from there. And now let me show you what this email here drove in sales. So I can click on View Report, and here we go, $255 in revenue from this single email. And what's also interesting is that the average order revenue here is 31.88. That means most of the fans who engaged on this campaign actually bought more than one t-shirt. But that's not all of it, because there's a second email that I'm also sending about the same campaign. So let me show you this. That's the second campaign. This is an email I'm sending on the morning of the day when that 48-hour time window closes. So the way I usually time these campaigns is, let's say I started on a Thursday midday, which means that that time window, the 48-hour time window, would end on Saturday midday. So this would be the campaign that I'm sending Saturday morning. And I want to make sure that I send this out at least 4 hours and maybe even a little bit earlier before my 48-hour period ends. And this is what the campaign says. It says, last chance, then it's gone. That's the subject line. And here it says, just letting you know that my 50% off offer on t-shirts for house music fans ends in a few hours. This is the same timer that would just count down to the end of the campaign. We have again the t-shirt GIF here that flips all the designs. If you want one, you know what to do. Just click here and the rest is the same. So this email is even simpler than the initial one that we sent. And one of the things I should improve here as I'm looking at this for future campaigns is I should also mention the $17 here, because there's some real value and being specific about what the absolute price is. And this isn't currently included in this email here. So if you set this up for one of your campaigns and your merch store, you can make it even better than the example that I'm showing you here. But again, let's look at the report on this one. So this one here sold another $51. And that means all in, both of these emails together generated over $300 in revenue from my merch store. And what's amazing is in order to do this, I didn't have to run any ads. I didn't have any ad costs. All I need to do something like this is a tool like MailChimp to send marketing emails, and then a list of emails. And what's great is that this is not a one-time thing. You can literally send a campaign like this every month or every 2 months. If you send it more often, all I would recommend is that you tie it to specific dates or holidays. So for example, you could send one of these campaigns because it's your birthday and you want to celebrate your birthday. Or you send one because it's Valentine's Day. Or if it's December, you do one of these because it's the holiday season. 4th of July, beginning of summer, end of summer, back to school, there's always opportunity. And so if you set up emails like this, you'll be able to use them over and over again and generate more and more sales from your merch store. Now, if you're watching this and you're thinking, this sounds all great, but my problem is I don't have a fan email list I could email this to, then let me cover this real quick. One of the greatest ways that I found and that I'm using for myself to collect fan emails is one of the Hyped promotion templates. So if I'm in Hyped, I'm logged in, I'm looking at my dashboard right now at the Add Campaigns tab, and I'm clicking on the New Campaigns tab here. Let me show you what I'm using. I'm using the Grow My Spotify Pre-Saves template because this combines both Spotify results and it allows me to grow my emails at the same time. And then if I hit select, I make sure to use the advanced template. The advanced template is the one that gives up to 2 times more pre-saves and therefore also a lot more fan email addresses. Now, I have an entire video where I break down how I'm using this template in order to grow my fan email list. So let me leave a link above here where you can check out this video if you want to grow your fan email list. But once you have a list, you have some stuff on your merch store, and I've given you 2 email templates that you can use. There should be nothing that stops you from getting some merch sales in the door. And what's so exciting about it is that these are much bigger numbers than royalties. It's a lot quicker to generate a couple $100 or a couple $1,000 in merch sales than it is to generate a couple $100 or a couple $1,000 in streaming royalties. And this is why I think having merchandise available to sell and then marketing it to our audience is such an important piece to generate revenue as independent music artists. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like, the subscribe, and the bell icon below so you can get more videos like this on YouTube about how to grow your audience and how to grow your revenue as an independent music artist. And if you want to dive a little bit deeper into the strategies and tactics that have allowed me to sell tens of thousands of dollars of merchandise and different types of merchandise, not just t-shirts, but also physical music and sample packs and sound patches for synths, then check out my merchandise growth engine. I'm gonna leave a link below. This is an easy video training where I break down different types of merchandise and how I've promoted them using different channels, email and advertisement, and how to even test what a successful merchandise item is before you spend time and money actually making it. I love this kind of stuff. And so if this is something you'd love to learn more about, I'm gonna leave a link below. Check out the merchandise growth engine, and I hope to see you on the inside and in another video. Cheers.